Hi, I'm Liz Larson. Welcome back to the Art of Frosting. I'm always here with some cake decorating basics. And today I want to show you how to make this very prim and proper dessert cake. You guys responded really well to the last series of dessert cakes I put out, so I really wanted to show you this. Today I'm going to show you how to make these really fine drips down the side of the cake. I'm also going to show you how to make these chocolate flags. Really simple and cool trick. I also want to introduce you to the comb and a number 2110 pastry tip. All to make this very simple, very easy, but like I said, very proper and neat looking dessert cake. Let's get started. We're starting with our chocolate flags because they take a little time to cool and cure and all of that. So we want to start there. I've got my parchment paper stuck down to the back of one of my cookie sheets and glued down with just a little bit of chocolate so that it doesn't move. I just want to spread my melted chocolate here. Now keep in mind that you will need a tempered chocolate. So go online and look how to either temper your chocolate or just buy tempered chocolate to start with. And this will work with candy melts as well, which are already tempered. So this is where an offset spatula comes in really handy. You just want to spread your chocolate out evenly on your surface here. And we do want it to be fairly thin. And I may have just a little too much chocolate here. You don't want these to be thick. You want them to be nice and thin. So spread it out and take off what's extra there. And I like to come in with my bench knife as well and get that nice and smooth and even. Now we need to set this aside and let it cool. Probably about 10-15 minutes. You can see that it's kind of shiny now. It'll get to a point where it's got just a little bit of a dull sheen, and that's at the point where we want to come back in and make our cuts. I'm going to turn this around for you can kind of see what these will look like in the end. It's a nice big flag, like that. I want to introduce you to a couple of commercial tools. You guys seem to really enjoy that, and for those of you who are working in shops, these kind of things are essential. This is what we call a comb, and we'll zoom in, you can see it closer. This one actually came from the hardware store, but you can definitely get these at kitchen stores and cake decorating shops. A comb has serrated edges, usually 3 different sizes, just like this one does. You basically just want to choose which side of the comb that you want to use. In this case, I'm going to use the largest edge. Just going to put it here and spin my turntable just exactly like we do with our bench knife. Take it around a couple of times to get the grooves that you want. Now, you can definitely take this and move it up and down to get a wavy edge. You can just wipe it straight up and down. That's a little more difficult. You can also take it up and then take it back across to get a hatch pattern on the side, cross hatch pattern. So you can do a lot of things with it. You can also take it and spin it around on the top. I'll show you how to do that. Just take it in the center. You have to have real even pressure all the way around. The next thing I want to do is show you how to get that nice thin dripped chocolate around the side. Now, we're going to use a ganache. Let me move this out of side here for just a second. I want to show you how thin this ganache is. Now you guys remember that ganache is just chocolate chips and heavy cream melted together. Now, to get this thinness, you see how easily it drips off? You want to just continue to add teaspoon by teaspoon heavy cream to your chocolate chips until you get this nice thin consistency. So for this, we want to use something to pour. You definitely want to pour, and you want a spatula. You want to start to pour just around the edge very lightly on the top edge. See how it starts to drip? Now you don't want to linger too long or your pools will be way, way too heavy. You need this really thin consistency of ganache to get the nice skinny drips down the side. The next tool I want to show you is this star tip. It's a number 2110, and this is considered a pastry tip. You can see how large it is. I'm going to drop it in my bag without a coupler. Now that I have my tip in my bag, I want to tighten at the end as we always do and hold it at my right angle. I want to come to the top of my cake. Now I want to be able to put my flags on, and I want a very nice, neat looking dessert cake. So I'm going to start in about 1 inch from my cake and squeeze and rotate and release to a point. Okay, so I want a nice fat place to put my flags on. I'm going to come directly across from that. This is how I'm going to get nice even puffs of icing here. And you can see that this big star tip makes a nice ruffle. It's really pretty. I'm going to move, so between these I need to be about 1/3 here. I want 6 of these, and I'm going to come directly across. And now I've got a straight across here. Got nice 6 even puffs on the top of my cake. We're at the place now where we can cut our flags, and these are the flags that are already done. You can see that they've turned back dark, and we still have more of a mahogany color here. And if you touch this, it's tacky, but not that you're not going to pull up any chocolate. So this is about the point where you can cut your flags. So the first thing you want to do is start a diagonal cut all the way across. And I'm making these about 1.5 inches wide. You really can make them any width. Now, if you wait until this is too hard and you try to cut, they'll break and you'll just lose them. Okay, so you've got your diagonal. So now we need to make our cuts that come directly across. And this will give us what size our flags are going to be. So we're going to start here and just move straight down about the same width. And you can see you're going to lose some. So you want to make a big enough square of chocolate to get enough flags out. This needs to go in the freezer or fridge for another 10 minutes or so, or just leave it out about another 10 or 15 minutes and it should be good. Now it's time to put some of those flags on our cake. And we're going to use about 6 of them. You can see I've got one here. And you can angle them all different directions. This one, I'm going to go ahead and just angle straight up and down, just so you can kind of get a look at how that will be. Now, because it's a little bit of an imperfect science how you cut them, you'll end up with some different sizes. So try to kind of match them up. Use the same size all the way around. Watch to make sure that your edges are all the same, going the same direction. But you can see that you've got a really big, tall design here for the top of your cake. It's really quite simple. You can keep these flags covered in plastic in a nice cool place, and they will last a really long time. You can keep them in the freezer, and that way when you're making dessert cakes, they're all ready to go. You can see you've got a really pretty topper to your cake here. I hope you guys enjoyed learning how to make this very simple dessert cake. As always, you can find me at The Art of Frosting at Facebook. You can find me at www.theartoffrosting.blogspot.com. You can email me with those serious cake decorating questions at cakedecoratinginstructor@gmail.com. If you like this video, please share. Don't forget to subscribe. And you can always share your work with me. If you try this cake or any of the many others on my channel, please send me a picture. You can now post them right on Facebook at The Art of Frosting. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you all again soon.